Right now at 5, we're used to hearing them talk about viruses and vaccines. Tonight, how public health is taking the lead on a different crisis in Madison.
Certain veterans are now eligible to receive their COVID vaccine. How VA leaders are hoping to give other vets a shot at a shot.
Plus, President Biden set to sign the COVID-19 relief bill, what those funds will mean for you and the place you live.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. Another warm and close to record-setting day.
This as we could see some stronger thunderstorms this evening. So let's get a look at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is on the weather patio. Gary?
Susan, it's been dry for much of the day today. We had some showers earlier this morning, but we'll see a round of showers and thunderstorms move through mid to late evening. Now, out to the west, there is a tornado watch in effect for parts of Iowa and Minnesota as a line of thunderstorms starts to develop. In fact, while southern Wisconsin right now is pretty much free of precipitation, to the west, it's a different story. Yes, that is a tornado warning for areas just south of the Twin Cities. So there are some severe thunderstorms that have been developing there. By the time the storms reach us, it should be mid to late evening. Those storms will probably lose some of their punch, and strong winds would probably be the main threat just because we have a lot of wind aloft. Right now, temperatures or high temperatures so far today have been in the low to mid 60s. Madison's topped out at 61. The record's 66, so we're just a little shy of that. But you can see southwestern Wisconsin made it up in the mid to upper 60s, and that's pretty much where current temperatures are now. There are some breaks in the overcast that are allowing temperatures to get up. And notice the winds also pretty strong in the 25 to 30 mile per hour range. There actually are wind advisories to our south across northern Illinois. So look for the best chances of showers and thunderstorms before midnight. We'll clear out after that. Look for low temperatures to drop into the upper 30s. Tomorrow we're back to sunny skies. It'll be breezy, not quite as mild. High temperature, though, still reaching 51 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes a little more seasonal weather as we head into next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. The department taking the lead on reducing violence in Madison may not be the first one that comes to mind. Public Health announcing its new plans today.
They're focusing efforts on prevention, but change won't happen overnight. Our Adam Duxter was at the announcement earlier today and joins us now with the very latest. Adam?
Violence between partners, families, and the community all saw a rise this past year, coming to a head this past summer. And that's when Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and County Exec Joe Parisi demanded public health find a solution for it. And today we're getting a first look at that solution.
The people who lead Madison recognize things have been tough.
This has been a trying year, or perhaps we're at year plus now, for our community.
But after a year that saw record numbers for shots fired and a tied record for homicides, ultimately those in charge feel this is an issue of public health, which is why they've tasked them to find a solution.
A public health approach to violence prevention is especially valuable because it understands this interconnectedness.
Today, we're getting a first look at that solution, a 5-year plan with 5 key points. The focus is preventing violence before it happens, using things like data collection while fostering stronger neighborhoods.
This is an ambitious plan, and while its focus is violence prevention, its potential impact and benefits go well beyond the spectrum of violence.
And while the ultimate goal is to reduce both domestic and gun violence, but also work to reduce self-harm and suicide, those behind the plan say they're asking for your patience as they begin the tough work to put it into action.
Trust building takes time. Developing leadership takes time. Educating people on cultural identities and history, and then practicing cultural humility and continuously learning takes time. But these are all big, worthwhile ideas that are essential to creating better connections within neighborhoods, better relationships between neighborhoods, ultimately safer places for people to live in, work, and visit.
And one thing you won't find in that 5-year plan is the role that MPD will play. And today, Mayor Rhodes Conway said, well, she sees MPD as a valuable resource. She's hopeful with the public health plan focusing so much on the prevention aspect of violence could actually take a little bit of the burden off MPD on the back end.
Adam Duxter reporting live downtown. Adam, thank you. Last week, we showed you his face. Tonight, we know his name. Madison police have identified the man accused of stealing a pregnant woman's car and running her over. They are searching for 30 39-year-old Andre Patton. It happened on February 28th at the Quick Trip on Mineral Point Road. Officers say the woman was filling up her tires when Patton got into her SUV while it was still running. Patton backed up and ran over her right leg. If anyone has any information on his whereabouts, they are asked to call police.
Drug overdoses are devastating for Wisconsin families. That's why the Attorney General wants more tools to fight the rise in opioid deaths as the substances change and evolve. Josh Call wants to give the state crime lab a boost. He's asking lawmakers for more than $900,000. Part of that will help hire 4 new toxicologists, which would help speed up testing. He also wants to update technology and bring in different techniques to better identify trace amounts of drugs during toxicology tests. Call says having that information could lead to more prevention in the state.
We would be able to identify these things that are present sometimes in very low levels, and it would expand what we're able to do with the results that we can generate outwardly to assist the criminal justice system.
Josh Call expects opioid and fentanyl use disorders to get worse as the COVID-19 pandemic lingers.
Kyle Rittenhouse was charged as a 17-year-old, but we learned today that he won't go to trial until he's almost 19. The court pushed Rittenhouse's trial back more than 7 months. It was scheduled to begin March 29th, but both sides told a judge today they need more time to prepare. The judge then set a November 1st trial start date. Rittenhouse is from Illinois. He faces 5 felonies, including reckless homicide and reckless endangerment for a deadly shooting in Kenosha during protests.
Veterans of all ages can now get a COVID-19 vaccine, but there is one requirement the VA would like to see change.
They need to have access to VA care. Our Gabriela Becerra joins us live at Madison's VA hospital to explain how it works. Gabby?
Eric and Susan, this is where those eligible veterans are going to come to get vaccinated. It's the hospital new cancer center, but it's temporarily set up as a vaccination center. More than 20,000 COVID-19 vaccines went to Madison's VA hospital, and the chief of staff, Alan Bridges, says they've used 96% of them. He says now it's time to invite even more veterans to make an appointment, and now veterans of all ages using VA care can come and get a shot.
This helps not only our veterans be protected from COVID, but also puts the general public in a more safe environment.
Eligible veterans should receive a call, text, or email from the hospital letting them know about an appointment. There are many different factors that might qualify a veteran for VA care, and we'll have a link to that information on our website, channel3000.com. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, we'll share what one veteran says is the best part of the process.
Gabby, thank you. We are adding another 28,000 administered vaccine doses in Wisconsin today. That brings us to 1.7 million doses across the state. More than 626,000 Wisconsinites have gotten both doses of the COVID vaccine. That's about 10.8% of the state's population. Now, in Dane County, over 76,000, 14.1% of people have received both doses.
President Joe Biden has directed the Department of Health and Human Services to buy an additional 100 million doses of Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine. The announcement comes a day after the Biden administration told governors to expect 400,000 doses of the vaccine next week. That's far lower than what they were expecting. It's not known how long it will take for the 100 million doses to be manufactured and distributed.
President Biden is expected to sign the American Rescue Plan tomorrow. This comes after the House passed the nearly $2 billion legislation this afternoon. The bill extends the $300 a week unemployment benefits, also includes a tax credit of up to $3,600 per child. Direct stimulus checks could go out by the end of the month. $1,400 for individuals making under $75,000 and $2,800 for couples making under $150,000 a year.
This day, we celebrate because we are honoring a promise made by our president.
You took the opportunity to put forth an agenda, and you didn't include bipartisan support.
Wisconsin will get more than double what it got in federal COVID relief aid last year.
Well, some of that $5.7 billion will go to local governments, too, but Wisconsin Republicans are not happy that they can't control how it's spent. As Naomi Coles explains, they're trying to change that.
The That's right. A Wisconsin-led committee today voted to push through a bill that would give the legislature more oversight over all of that federal COVID-19 relief. Right now, the governor has that authority. The bill would require the governor to submit his plan to the Joint Finance Committee for review.
It's not blazing a trail. It's not something that's a crazy new idea. This is being done in other states.
We feel it's important to have legislative input into the process, to give our say, to represent our areas of the state, our constituents, and give that oversight.
The money at stake here includes $3.2 billion targeted directly for the state government under the bill passing the House today. The other $2.5 billion goes straight to local governments, with Dane County set to receive more than $100 million and Madison getting about $50 million. Now, in a statement, the governor's spokesperson said that, quote, they can't afford to wait around for a legislature that took 290 days to pass a second COVID-19 relief bill. She did confirm that the governor plans to veto the bill as it stands right now.
Naomi, thank you. Some of the people who used to work for a Rock County nursing home intend to sue over the county requiring that they get a vaccine to keep their jobs. Attorney Michael Anderson represents a number of them. He says if a settlement can't be reached, a lawsuit could come as early as May. Anderson says ultimately the county didn't have authority to punish staff who refused to get the COVID vaccine.
It's illegal for an employer to force an employee to take any EUA drug if they don't want to. And they certainly can't retaliate. They can't dock you. They can't write you up for violating company policy. They certainly can't terminate you, and they certainly can't lay you off. But that's what's happened.
Rock County Administrator Josh Smith declined to comment on the possible lawsuit. One ripple effect of the pandemic is the impact it's having on local nonprofits. Over the past year, many have had to call off their biggest fundraisers, like Susan G. Komen's annual More Than Pink Walk. The organization tried a virtual walk last fall, but that brought in less than half of what it usually does. Now, Susan G. Komen's state executive director says the lack of in-person events is directly impacting the number of women Komen is able to help, which not only hurts them right now, but well into the future.
Even when we are face to face, it will still be an uphill climb to get to the amount of funds we raised like we did pre-pandemic.
Nikki says it will likely take several years before Komen is able to return to helping the number of women it used to serve. And coming up tonight at 6, we'll explain the head-turning way that one Madison businessman is helping Komen make up some of that money and how you can pitch in too.
Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the Biden administration facing a surge of unaccompanied minors at the border, how the administration is trying to stem the crisis. And coming up tonight at 6, medical experts are seeing more reports of rashes from one of the vaccines for COVID-19. What you should do if you are experiencing symptoms. That's next hour, News 3 Now at 6. And on Wall Street, a first-time close for the Dow above the 32,000 mark, gaining 464 points today. The Nasdaq lost 5. S&P closed up more than 23. We'll be right back.
Tonight on CBS, an all-new night of television, beginning with Tough as Nails at 7, followed by SEAL Team at 8 and SWAT at 9. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Are your windows drafty, broken, or your energy bills on the rise? Champion is here to help. It's replacement window season, and we're celebrating with buy 2 windows, get 2 free. At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call now or download our free buyer's guide at getchampionwindows.com.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-686-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-686-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-686-4499.
Over 10 years ago, we made a promise to redefine everything a truck can be. And while we've made good on that promise by winning back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards, the work is never done.
During Ram Truck Month, hurry in and get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus $4,000 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500. Visit ram.com and see your local Ram dealer today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
Hi, folks. Thursday morning in the 608, Josh Breider is lacing up the skates and catching up with the Madison Speed Skaters Club. And Chris Reese is talking about a return to snow in his First Warn forecast. We'll see you starting at 4:30.
Growing optimism.
Have enough vaccine supply for every adult in America by the end of May.
What it means for our local timeline.
The overall mood around here is excitement.
Health officials talk distribution logistics. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Minnesota Supreme Court has declined to hear the appeal of a former Minneapolis police officer who's trying to block a third-degree murder charge from being reinstated in George Floyd's death. At issue is whether the conviction of another former police officer in an unrelated case established a precedent for prosecutors to restore a third-degree murder charge against Derek Chauvin that the trial judge dismissed earlier. The High Court's decision left open the possibility that the judge could add the charge back in and lessen the chances that his trial would be delayed.
The Biden administration is grappling with a growing number of migrant children arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border. Under a pandemic health rule, families are still being turned away, but not children who show up on their own. That includes more than 3,200 unaccompanied children in Border Patrol custody as of Monday. According to data obtained by CBS News, the Biden administration has reopened a facility to house the children, while officials are trying to get a handle on the messaging, while Republicans are blaming the surge on the Biden administration's policies.
The border is not open. Going forward, we will continue to look for ways to provide legal avenues in the region for people needing protection while we continue to enforce our laws.
To name a few: reinstating catch and release, repealing funding for the border wall, re-empowering sanctuary cities, and rescinding the stay in Mexico policy.
A group of House Republicans is planning to travel to Texas next week.
Well, let's get a look at your First Warn weather. We've had all these nice days and maybe what, Gary, one kind of strand of storms coming through later. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, we're starting to see them develop over southeastern Minnesota, just south of the Twin Cities area. And yes, this is a tornado warning in effect until 5:45 for areas south and east of the Twin Cities metro area. In this part of southeastern Minnesota, temperatures are in the lower 60s and dew point temperatures are in the lower 50s. So there's enough instability, and these fast-moving thunderstorms could spin up a brief tornado. Whereas just to the north, the Twin Cities airport is right now has a temperature of about 42 degrees. So the air is much cooler just to the north of this. This is right along a warm front. And if we widen out the view, you can see this line of showers and thunderstorms starting to develop across parts of southeastern Minnesota into northeastern Iowa, that area under a tornado watch until 8 p.m. Now, the good news is by the time these storms move eastward, they probably will be weakening somewhat. But there's still a possibility that we could see some strong wind gusts because of the fast movement of the thunderstorms. So a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms is as far east as Madison, but the slight risk area where the higher severe weather threat is mainly across southeastern Minnesota, northeastern Iowa, and west central Wisconsin. That's where the tornado threat is highest, and that'll mainly be over the next few hours before it changes into a line of thunderstorms where wind would be the greater threat, and that would be the possibility for some stronger wind gusts as far east as Madison. Even the hail threat will stay farther out to the west of us. It's mainly because of the fast movement of the thunderstorms that we're looking at the wind threat. In fact, as we take a look at future track, you can see this narrow line of thunderstorms by 9 p.m. moving through southwestern Wisconsin, racing eastward. So by midnight, it's already cleared our viewing area and moving through Milwaukee. Farther to the north and west, snow is falling over parts of Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. In fact, that area under winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories for tonight. So you have severe weather in one part of Minnesota and snow in the other part of Minnesota. Some areas up into the Arrowhead of Minnesota could pick up over 6 inches of snow before all is said and done. There's also some strong winds. High wind warnings in effect for areas west of Des Moines, Iowa, but wind advisories in effect for northern Illinois and then farther to the north into central Wisconsin. Wind gusts right now are in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range to our south and west, and those winds will ramp up to our north across central Wisconsin later on tonight. Look at the difference in temperatures. We're in the 60s here in southern Wisconsin. As I mentioned, southeastern Minnesota in the 60s, Minneapolis right now at 42, and to the north and west, temperatures are in the 30s. So that's a good setup to get some strong thunderstorms going. Look for shower and thunderstorm chances mainly this evening. Everything should end by about midnight, then partly cloudy and colder overnight with a low of 38. Tomorrow, we're back to mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy, not quite as mild, but a high temperature of 51 still looks pretty good this time of year. Future track, you can see that line of showers and thunderstorms moving to southwestern Wisconsin by 8 p.m. By about midnight, it's already into the Milwaukee area. Skies are clearing out and temperatures dropping into the upper 30s and lower 40s by morning. Because of the fast movement of the thunderstorms, probably a quarter of an inch or less of rain. A few places may pick up around a half inch and a heavier thunderstorm. 7 to 10 day forecast. Seasonable temperatures through the weekend. We could see some light snow develop late Sunday night, mainly rain on Monday, and then a chance for some light rain on Thursday that could change to a few flurries Thursday night. Otherwise, temperatures next week looking more in line with what we'd expect for this time of year. As we check out first warn traffic, not seeing any issues right now on the Beltline. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions, even through the construction that we had earlier today as they do the flex lane construction on the Beltline. 15-minute or 14-minute travel in either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. It's a 25-minute commute from the Beltline southward to Janesville on I-30 and I-90. Only 15 minutes to Sauk City on US 12 from Middleton, and from downtown to Sun Prairie and East Washington Avenue, US 151. It's an 18-minute commute. That's your news 3 now for Sworn Traffic.
Gary, thank you. And ahead at 5, Dane County leaders are pushing for an international event to remain in Madison. We'll tell you what it is and why next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford, plus a $2,000 money-back guarantee. To see how much you could save, call 1-800-949-9757. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a $2,000 money-back guarantee. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-949-9757.
For over 25 years, Fry Construction has provided excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by so many of your neighbors and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. In honor of our 25 years, we're offering 25% off gutters or insulation with any full roof project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Hi, folks. Joe Namath here, and if you're on Medicare, this is important. You're now entitled to eliminate copays and get dental care, dentures, eyeglasses, prescription coverage, in-home aids, unlimited transportation, and home-delivered meals, all at no additional cost. Plus, your zip code may have coverage with the Give Back benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month.
I called to get dental, transportation, meals, and the Give Back benefit.
With this virus situation, I called to get everything I'm entitled to. I couldn't believe I was missing out on so many benefits.
With the uncertainty of the virus, you need to get everything you're entitled to. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare Coverage Helpline. You can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-681-4397. That's 1-800-681-4397 now.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Dane County is trying to keep the World Dairy Expo in the dairy state. County officials have offered World Dairy Expo a 10-year contract extension. Under the extension, the event would remain in Madison at the Alliant Energy Center through 2030. Officials say the 2021 and 2022 shows would be hosted by Dane County at no cost to World Dairy. This is a result of having to cancel the 2020 show due to the pandemic. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says that will provide over $1 million as an incentive for the World Dairy Expo.
And we look at the long-term benefit of having World Dairy here, not only for the direct payment that the county receives at the facility, but they have such a huge economic impact, not only in Dane County, but across the state. And we want to preserve that relationship. We think it's great for the state.
Officials say the event will be able to safely happen given the vaccination rates and the nearly $500,000 worth of upgrades the Alliant Energy Center is making to air handling units in its facilities. The contract needs the review and approval of the World Dairy Expo board before it can be ratified by the county and the Board of Supervisors.
Texas Rangers could be the first team to return to full capacity. They hope to have a full house for the home opener next month after debuting a new 40,518-seat stadium without fans in the stands for its games last season. An order by Texas Governor Greg Abbott took effect today, allowing businesses to operate at 100% if they choose. Fans at Globe Life Field will be required still to wear masks, even though there is no longer a statewide mandate requiring them. The Rangers host the Brewers in an exhibition game this weekend. Have a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
Get ready to save. This weekend, the Ashley Home Store off the Beltline in Madison is hosting a massive warehouse liquidation sale. Save as much as 90% off store-wide. Shop clearance items, floor samples, special buys, and more. Friday through Monday only at Ashley Home Store.
Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. The perfect paint for when the nursery becomes the bedroom. That becomes his room. That becomes your favorite room in the house. Paint because you want to, not because you have to. For results that stand up to whatever life brings, trust Pittsburgh Paints and Stains, exclusively at Menards. Get 11% off everything, including Pittsburgh Paints and Stains.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. Family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Joe believes we overcome barriers like addiction together. His funding of recovery coaches has saved lives and makes us all safer.
Joe knows the past year was hard, and his small business partnership with Dane by Local gave us an opportunity to keep our dreams alive.
Thank you, Joe Farisi, for putting a high priority on water quality, conservation, and prairie restoration.
Thank you, Joe, for believing in second chances and the best in all of us.
Thank you, Joe, for appreciating local food and supporting small family businesses.
Friday through Monday, shop the massive warehouse liquidation sale at the Ashley Home Store off the Beltline. Save up to 90% off furniture, mattresses, and appliances while they last. Bring your truck and trailer because everything must go. Only at Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Let's get a final check before we leave you tonight at 5. Gary?
Watching some storms out to the west of us in Minnesota. You can see a tornado watch in effect for parts of far western Wisconsin, southeastern Minnesota, and northeastern Iowa. Right now, there's a tornado warning actually just south of the Twin Cities metro area. Line of thunderstorms developing out to the west of us. They'll sweep through here during the evening hours. Right now, it looks like there might be some strong wind gusts, but that's about it. Temperatures are still in the lower to middle 60s. Notice it's a little warmer over southwestern Wisconsin. That's where the instability is a little bit higher. Look for skies to turn sunny for tomorrow with a high of 51, and temperatures will stay pretty seasonal through the weekend and be a little cooler next week.
Well, we'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.